Hello everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Souls Unboxing. If you'd like to know what video game collector's edition I'll be unboxing next, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Back in my Resident Evil 4 collector's edition unboxing video, I've already hinted that something big will be coming in June. And here we go, with just 1 week delay in receiving it in the mail. Street Fighter 6 collector's edition on PlayStation 5. But first, let's talk about something Street Fighter. Or do we even need to go through that at all? Anyways, it's good to refresh our memories. The very first Street Fighter came out in 1987, which was like some 35 years ago. You played as either Liu or Ken, which was just cosmetic difference between the two at that time, and fought against 8 opponents. It's also the very first fighting game to utilize a relatively complicated move list with a joystick and just 2 buttons to execute the moves to fight. But it's Street Fighter II released in 1991 and the numerous iterations that made the series shine and set the bar for all the fighting games that came after. In Street Fighter III, Capcom introduced the parry system. The most talked about moment when the two biggest world fighting champions, Daigo and Justin, performed the craziest parrying match during the EVO 2004 that shook the whole event and the internet. Then we had Street Fighter 4 in 2008 and that has become a 2.5D fighting game series, meaning the character modules are in 3D, but are still played on the 2D plane. We first saw the new focus or save and attack in play. In 2016, we had Street Fighter V that retained the 2.5D gameplay, but removed the focus attack system and replaced with the V-gauge system that added the V-skills, V-reversals, V-triggers, and V-shifts to the techniques to help fighters turn the tides. That is, if they are skillful enough to pull the moves. And of course we had other side stories in between too, like the Street Fighter Alpha or Zero series, Street Fighter EX series, etc. But I'm not going this far. After 7 years, we finally see a new entry in the series, which is what we'll be unboxing this week. New and returning characters are expected in Street Fighter 6, although veterans are still inclined to use the older roster mostly anyways. But to lower the level of gameplay, Capcom introduced new control schemes so both experienced and new players can have a fairer fighting ground. And more importantly, they are bringing in World Tour and Battle Hub to broaden the gameplay further. Sounds familiar with World Tour? We had similar mode in Street Fighter Alpha or 03. So, you got the idea. Battle Hub is more like a social hub for all fighters around the world to communicate and join or speculate fights. But I'll let you all to discover later if you haven't joined the beta testing and created your own avatar these few months. Before I bore you with other information, let's take a look at the packaging. This collector's box is huge indeed. It should be by far one of the biggest collector's edition in Street Fighter series after their 25th anniversary collector's set. And yes, I do have that one too. For Street Fighter 6 one, it features a very colorful outer box with different graffiti like this to give you the street fighting feel. And it shows one of the new characters, Luke. In Street Fighter 6, who's also your coach in the game. Well, Luke is partially new because his first appearance was actually in Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Capcom called this the Mad Gearbox. Let's open it up to see how mad it is inside. Okay, so here we have everything, and that's a lot of things. Let's start with this. It is the full standard game on a disc and case. I'll open it for a quick look too. And since it's the collector's edition, Capcom tries to throw in some extras to make sure the box is worth it. That's why we have the Ultimate Pass, which with the Year 1 character pass, 2 additional costumes and their alternate colors for the 4 Year 1 characters, 2 more stages, and a bonus of 7,700 drive tickets for you to spend in-game. As a tradition, Capcom will release different character packs throughout the life of the game, so expect to either put in more money to buy those yet to be announced characters, endless costumes and stages. Next, we have a sticker set, which fits perfectly with the theme of the collector's box, so you can stick on your notebooks, bedrooms, man caves. Just don't stick or litter in public places. We also have an art book of different characters and stages, concepts. Whoops. Just do it the other way around. And illustrations. So this is just a quick flip, but I'll go through it again towards the end of the video. And here comes the part that makes up the large size of the box. 2 pop-up parade figures of the 2 fighters, Luke and Kimberly, with Kimberly being the new contestant in the series. Pop-up parade figures are manufactured by the toys and collectibles company, Good Smile Company. They are well known for the exquisite details of their figures, and Pop-up Parade is their wallet-friendly line of products that they strive to put up in the market in a much shorter period of time. But this is not the first time collaborating with Street Fighter characters. They actually got Chun-Li and Cammy before, as the 2 that I have in here. Now, whoops. My Street Fighter line of pop-up parade figures is expanding. We also have the figure diorama inside. Then you can place Luke and Kimberly there for your photo shoot or display too, and I'll take them for a spin at the end of this video. If you pre-order the game with the retailers, you may also receive the DLC code for the costume color for Chun-Li, Jamie, Manon, DJ, Jury, and Ken. It may not mean too much, but we never mind about adding some extra colors to our fighters, right? And from what I read on the internet, some editions in other countries include a different cover art and even a steelbook case. Well, not in the case of North American versions, but as long as we have a great fighting game to play online and off, we are already getting the biggest treat. Street Fighter 6 officially kicks off the biggest year of fighting game, with Tekken 8 and Mortal Kombat 1 as the heavyweight contenders to follow very shortly. But most likely we will see Mortal Kombat 1 first. At least it already has a definite release date in September. I'll expect Tekken 8 to come out by the end of this year. In the meantime, don't forget to like and comment on this video. Get ready to Hadouken and Shoryuken away your opponents. Have a great fighting spirit, everyone.